Okay, Victory Nation, this is will be hopefully a little bit better setup video for the Kuryakyn 4710 with and without the Victory the trunk emblem on the Vision. So, as most of us know, the top running lights on the trunk are only running lights, and then all you have is your lights below. So with the Kuryakyn 4710, as I said, I have it set up as if all the other instructions show, you know, per just, you know, the normal making the trunk lights blink and break. Well, if you wire it up as mentioned per all the mods that are online, and you include the Victory third brake light, because the way that this is plugged into the circuit for this light, there's a separate light, a wire running to this one to separate the two, but then when you plug this in directly to here, then it's getting the signal from this light here. So I'll have to run a separate wire directly just for this, or which I'll get into. But basically, yes, that's the issue I had, and I couldn't really find or see anything describing how to wire up the 4710 with this. As you can see, it's kind of having some issues, so we'll figure that out too. So I'm gonna pause this, and I'm gonna tear into this and run a separate wire to where the Victory light does not blink, because as I said, if you just put on the left blinker, if I have everything turned on correctly, with just the left blinker, with this one being a separate wire to it, you have just left blinker. But if you put on the right blinker, with this being tied into this right side, obviously I'm getting blinky with that. So I either need to run a separate wire just for this, or I guess actually I need to run a separate wire just for this is what I need to do. So, and I think that was in one of the mods, he did explain that he ran two separate wires besides the split for this. So, but he didn't explain why he was running a separate wire. And once I got all this together, that's what I figured out. So, okay, so I'm going to pause this, get all this tore apart, and I'll show the wiring setup for everybody that does not have the Victory trunk light, so you can see how it needs to be done and what wires I use. But then I will also obviously show the fix for the trunk Victory light so it does not blink with the right blinker. So I will be back once I have this all tore down to a specific point and give you a little bit more better info. And also, this is on a 2015 Victory Vision. Also, the way I have it set up, I know some guys say they have had issues with the cruise control. The way that I have this done per all the original instructions and mods is I have not had any issue with the cruise control with it set up the way I have. The only issue I have is with the third brake light, and I'll get that fixed here in a minute. Alright, hold on. Okay, so for the sake of everyone that has not done this before, I'll go through the steps that I did. So obviously, remove your cover piece here, take your two screws out for the front of your seat, remove the seat, unplug it, the heated element plug, which is here. I need to look at the screen, so and not what I'm looking at. So this is the 4710 module here. This is where it's plugged into the wire harness here. I'll get into the details of that in a minute, but to get to all this, you need to obviously get into your trunk. You need to remove the four bigger. Now this is all done with the Allen wrenches that come in the toolkit if you don't have any extra tools. The only other thing besides the Allen wrenches that I need to use, you need to use I think it's a 20 star bit. There's 2 screws here and a small Allen, and this is the last piece that needs to come off. With this piece off of the way and all the seat pads removed, you can get into the other wire harness that runs up to the running lights in the trunk. So I also removed, let me turn the light on. You have all the, there's one by my thumb, I think there's 10 altogether, screws on the inside of the lid, and then also there's rubber plugs